Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack podcast for another edition of the Pay-Per-View Lookback Show. Tonight's episode is going to be focused around WWE ECW One Night Stand from 2006. I myself, Nick, am sitting here with...
the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal... No, it's just me, Donovan, Donovan. Just a little shout out to my boy Sabu, though.
Sabu. And it's your boy Younger. How's everyone doing?
Nice to hear from you, boys. Nice to hear from you. We love the Sabu shout-out.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. This was a good one. I think we enjoyed it, all of us. It was a nice little change of pace with the smaller venue and... more
hardcore hitting.
Yeah, no pun intended, literally. We'll get to that later with our boy Edge. But yeah, I'll get into the regular stuff unless you guys want to say some quick points like as we usually do on the look back here. Quick points before I jump into the attendance and whatnot.
Yeah, they were back at the Hammerstein Ballroom or whatever, which was really nice.
Yeah.
It was cool going back to even look at this type of pay-per-view too, because we kind of wanted to get into ECW segments like a little while ago, so it was kind of nice seeing like hardcore matches like this that I haven't seen in a long time, and it was just crazy. But other than that though, but the attendance wise, that's what caught me the most.
For sure.
Right in the beginning, for sure. You, Donovan?
Yeah, for me, overall, just, I enjoyed looking back at this one in particular. It's one of my personal favorites. I love this show. Great little arena and everything. Nice, different setting from what we're used to.
Absolutely. It was cool bringing back ECW. I think it was kind of a perfect time for those guys to be coming back.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned
we talked about.
Yeah, while we were watching the show, that if they were to do it now in 2018, a lot of these guys would be too old. It wouldn't be something that they could have done like they did in 2005 and 6. It was definitely good, but I'll dive right into the normal kind of stuff we get into before we'll go into the first match. And yeah, it took place on June 11th. It was 2006. Like I said, it was WWE's version of ECW One Night Stand. It was 2006. Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City, New York. And the attendance was small. It was very different, like you had mentioned, Younger. Yeah. Only 2,460 people were there watching this. So I think that's why it came across so... not loud, but... well, it was loud, but it just felt more in-house, more like a Ring of Honor type of show we would watch nowadays, or
that's right.
Something of that
That's
kind.
the real wrestling fans, though.
That's for sure,
That's
man.
the real wrestling fans right there.
Yeah.
Mike likes to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Mike says it best, and it's true. That's the real fans right there.
The ones that were at this show. No, I definitely agree with that. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Nice little theme song. I know we were all enjoying that one. It was a bit of nostalgia there.
It's been a while since I heard that too.
Yeah, it's a good one. Also, we had Joey Styles on commentary by himself.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was pretty fired up about this. We did find out after that it was kind of just because Tazz's match was opening the show, which we'll get to in a minute. But that was pretty cool. The one-man OG booth is something I loved about ECW. I think it's unique and different and cool. And one other point I wanted to bring up just before we go into the first match, like I said, is this is the first pay-per-view that we've looked back at the Pro Wrestling Lookback that I watched in real time. I was watching wrestling in 2006. I was pretty deep into it. I was younger. I was probably 12 years old or 11 at the time, so I don't remember it as if I would remember a pay-per-view, now.
Yeah.
But it's cool to know that I was involved with the product at this time, whereas some of the other pay-per-view lookbacks we've watched were kind of out of my time of watching wrestling. But yeah, we'll start with the first segment, not even the first match. We kind of had Paul Heyman coming out to the ring to open the show and talk about where does ECW stand, and how are they gonna go forward from this point. And yeah, any quick points from you guys about just Heyman himself and representing the company again? And
it's classic Heyman, man. He just comes out and he always loud on the mic.
Nobody's better, right?
Talk is talk, but his talk was cool though, because he just knew how to get the crowd fired up, and he knew he was really excited for it too. You know what I mean? So anytime he comes out there, he's always good. He's always good with the mic. I've always liked him since day one, even if he is heel or not. Classic Heyman though.
Yeah.
Classic.
For sure.
Weird seeing him at that age too, by the way. I know it's only been
younger.
It's a little
yeah,
younger.
And it's not even that. It's probably only 12 years ago now, or whatever, 13 years ago. But yeah, definitely different. And the Hammerstein Ballroom people crowd fans were going absolutely insane at the beginning of the show
sure.
and when Heyman was coming out. So that was pretty cool. They were booing when he mentioned Vince McMahon, which
That's
is
right. Yeah.
kind of odd, just because this is a WWE event as its whole. But I get it. You know what I mean? The fans that were there.
Yeah, this is a very anti-crowd, right?
Yeah.
I feel like very anti.
How do you feel about Heyman?
Oh, it was wicked. I thought it was good opening. I actually forgot. I kind of remembered it opening with the match. It was cool that it opened up with Paul Heyman. He kind of was saying, "This is because of you guys. This is for you guys," and letting the people know what we were about to get into. It was some straight up ECW hardcore wrestling.
Yeah. The crowd was into this one. They were chanting all night. We'll be right into that.
Oh yeah.
The only other little thing, I just wanted to bring this up again just before we go to the first match, because I know we'll be diving right into the matches after that, but the poster for this show was RVD kind of doing the kick from WrestleMania 22. I don't know if you guys saw the poster or not, but it's a cool shot. It's him kind of holding the briefcase doing his RVD kick off the ladder, and I don't know, small point, but cool poster.
Yeah.
Cool poster. Match number 1, guys. Tazz versus Jerry the King Lawler. Now we have Tazz with 2 Z's. I've never been a fan of this. Why they had to add an extra Z? Just so they can own it, I guess. That's their thing.
Well, okay, funny thing. I don't know. Did you guys notice the guy in the crowd with the sign with the onesie?
Yeah, I
Tazz
did.
with
Oh,
the
yeah.
one-
I noticed that right
So
away. Because I don't know if it's just because I listen to his show and I pick up on this 1Z, 2Z stuff, but they throw the extra Z on there just so they can own that name. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's, again, I think I nitpick sometimes with small stuff like that, but I'm a big fan of Tazz because I love his show and I like to go back and watch some of his stuff. Recently, we watched his match with Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh yeah,
from '97. Don't quote me on that, guys. I'm not a numbers guy myself, but it was a good one. Remember, kind of going through the ramp-ish area platform with the DDT at the end. It was really cool. It was a good match. But any quick points about this match? I thought it was pretty dope. Tazz had a pretty sweet pop at the beginning, as per Tazz.
Yeah, and it was great he was coming out to the classic ECW music, not his WWE music.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. It wasn't like the beating Tazz. Yeah, you're right.
You can tell that he wanted to go back to his older song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just older stuff. Yeah, exactly. Older root, right?
Yeah. Then we had King come out to some serious boos and some serious heel heat.
And he played off of it like great, I thought.
Oh yeah, he did.
With everything, the facial expressions, going up to Joey and giving him a shove or a smack.
Yeah, he slapped.
Smack in the face.
You know what? I have it written down. He slaps Joey Styles, and I have in brackets. That's bullshit.
Oh my god!
I don't know. The fans were giving it to him. They gave him the "You suck dick" chant, which we heard plenty of tonight.
Oh,
like I said, man, the true wrestling fans are there. They don't care.
These are the ones I don't know. I don't want to use the word, but they're marks. We're all marks, but they're
purists.
These are purists. Yeah, like. We all love this shit, so I can't really rag on any wrestling fan for liking what they like, because we all like different shit. But back to this match, Tazz comes in pretty quick. I mean, there was Joey Styles interference, no rules match, as we know in ECW. This doesn't matter.
The match was over in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
wasn't it not?
Not even.
I
think I had it clocked. I had it clocked down here at 37 seconds. Joey Styles attacked King. From the front, Tazz comes in with a quick Tazz mission, pulls him to the ground. We get the classic 1, 2, 3 of the arm drop, and that was pretty much it. But I know Donovan mentioned Tazz has had some neck problems at this time, and it probably was
that's what
due
caught
to
me
that.
off guard too.
He
I'm like, why did they do it so
match.
quick?
Yeah, because at this point he was full into the whole commentary gig, previously being on SmackDown. So
that's right. Okay.
This was a quick just to get him in there. I know he couldn't probably have a full 10, 15 minute match. So, quick and easy, very Tazz, like as we talked about too, just hitting him with the submission, choking him out.
Yep.
Getting the
finisher
job done, yeah.
The finisher, Tazz's finisher. It's always been good too.
Tazz mission.
That's Tazz mission.
Yeah, it's a nice little choke out move, and it's very Tazz, and it works. I thought that it was a quick little ending and a tease of a match, but I thought it worked great with Tazz and the way they executed it.
I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, I don't think I'd want to see those two go at it for like a long period of time. They were two commentators. The way it was built.
Yeah, but I mean, I know this isn't a part of the pay-per-view that we're looking back at, but we did watch the WWE versus ECW show that was kind of a go-home show for this.
Yeah.
And they did some cool stuff on there with them fighting, and
Yeah.
it was very work-shooty. I know that word is overplayed, but it was very work-shooty, and it seemed legitimate. And
Did
if
you
it
expect
wasn't,
more at all?
I definitely expected more, but I kind of wasn't thinking about Tazz's neck injury going into the match, and I'm happy you didn't bring it up.
Yeah, no.
Because I like to have that surprise. Like I said, I know I watched this when I was younger, but I didn't remember a lot of this pay-per-view other than the first match. Or the last match. But it was pretty good. Normal ending. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Good little Tazz stuff. Any thoughts on Tazz himself? I know, like I said, I'm kind of I don't know if I'm biased or just a big fan, but I didn't watch him in ECW. Obviously, I was too young. But I've tried to go back and watch some stuff, and I'm a big fan of his radio daily show. So I like Tazz a lot. Any thoughts on him from you guys?
I'm the same as you. I don't really know too much about him from old ECW because we're around the same age. So I didn't really remember too much of it, but I just remember growing up watching SmackDown, even not watching wrestling all the time at the time, but when I was, when he was on SmackDown and he was commentating. That's what I just remember him from. Actually, I didn't even know he was a wrestler at the time. Like I said, though, I wasn't really right into it back in the day, but it was really trippy seeing that. But
I kind of feel dumb now because I just talked about Tazz and didn't even bring up his commentary on SmackDown, and that's kind of something that he's known for the most. I think it's just, like I said, the love of his radio show and the success that he has now. But that's an amazing point that you bring up. His commentary on SmackDown was fantastic, and it was what I was introduced to. Being a new wrestling fan, I had JR and King on Raw and
that's right.
Michael Cole and Tazz on SmackDown, and that's what it was until he left for TNA. So, good point. Definitely.
For me, Young, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Like, I was going to say that. Like, I personally have not watched a lot of Tazz singles matches. I respect him a ton. Mm-hmm. But, the commentary is what I really remember Tazz for. Him and Cole on SmackDown. That early 2000 era was great, and I'm very, very, very familiar with a lot of that stuff. So
good stuff. I think we all enjoy Tazz, and King's great too. But I'm sure we'll get more thoughts on King in another look back. I kind of like to do these little one-off. What our thoughts are on one guy every now and again in different matches and the look backs. But the next segment after the match we had was Joey kind of talking about that episode we had watched. The kind of showing us a look back, like what we do here, of the ECW versus WWE one-off show with the two sets that they had there, and it was kind of cool. It was especially for us, being that we had kind of watched most of it before we watched the pay-per-view, just to kind of get in the mood. It was cool. Nothing special to talk about, but just a point to bring up as far as being in between this and the next match. That being said, the next match, Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle. I have to say, guys, before we even get into this match at all, this is probably my two favorite wrestlers of all time. I know that's a massive statement, but if I had to give you two guys, these are two guys that stick out to me from the time I was a kid until now. I gotta say, I hate Kurt Angle's character on television in 2018, but that doesn't change the good stuff that he did back in the day. And I know you said, Donovan, it's weird, but I didn't even see original Kurt Angle. I didn't start watching wrestling until 2004. So Kurt Angle I saw was later and more crazy, not funny wrestling machine, ECW style. And Randy Orton was probably the first wrestler that I liked in 2004 when I got into it. And for both of them to kind of still be around in their own way now is awesome. And this match was special to me for that. I don't know about the actual story and the match itself. I'll get some of your thoughts, but I just wanted to bring up my own personal opinion of these two amazing wrestlers.
Same for me. I remember the first time I had actually ever watched this show, it wasn't in real time. It was probably when I had purchased the DVD years down the line, and I remember looking at it, not knowing the outcome of this match at all, being like, wow, Randy and Kurt, it's something you don't really see a lot of, something I was excited for. And I had forgot because it's been so long since I'd watched this match, but I enjoyed it for what it was, Yeah,
it was cool. I just couldn't believe that I forgot that Kurt Angle was on ECW because I didn't really know what was going on at the time there. And you guys just filled me in through the show. So that was pretty cool to see, and he got a big chant too, so that was nice. But classic match with Randy and Kurt, you know what I mean? Just
Good to see. Yeah. Like you said, it was different him being in ECW. It was cool again for us to watch that show. It gave us a little more context, the Battle Royal that they had on that show, and it was nice. The fans were into him. I thought was different. I wasn't sure how the fans were going to react to Kurt Angle being a non-ECW
I just don't
original.
think they cared. I think
as long as he was wearing that ECW shirt and he was representing it, that was good enough for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Randy came out to some serious boos. Lots of, bad chants, everything you could think of, really.
You can't wrestle.
Yeah, that didn't come till a bit later, but Randy was real cocky. I liked it, and the fireworks that he got were kind of cool. The pyro that he normally gets in the middle of the ring. Well, it's not normally in the middle of the ring, but the fact that they did it in the middle of the ring is kind of like, kind of an FU to the rest of the fans. Yeah. I think Tazz put it great, and Joey Styles, but they said, like, he's a superstar. Yeah. He's not a wrestler. He's a superstar, and it kind of worked with the pyro and
they were upset about the pyro too. I remember them being like, "Oh, this is ECW. We don't do pyro." Over here, like
it was. I like that. I thought that was really cool.
Forgot about that. Yeah, when Joey said that. Yeah, that was hilarious.
If we're gonna talk about showy stuff, I'll feel bad if I don't mention Kurt Angle's music. I know Younger's reaction to this was a bit different. I myself was more familiarized with it, being a fan at the time, but.
I was not familiar with that at all because I was ready to go din din and then I was like din din. What the fuck is going on? I was like, come on, play the song. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? And then you guys filled me in once again with information that I did not know about. So that was pretty cool to hear that. I don't know.
What did you think?
Too much to say about that.
What did you think of this version? Do you like it?
I actually don't mind it at all. It just it just caught me off guard.
Different.
Like just definitely different. You know what I mean? So
yeah. What I enjoyed about it is it really represents Kurt at what he was for that, like a more serious. You don't get the opportunity like to chant "You suck." He's just like very in your face. This is who he is, the wrestling machine, Kurt fucking Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All pilled up at the time too.
That too, yeah.
It's tough to look back at that, but as far as we can tell from the documentaries and stuff we've seen of Kurt Angle, but nowadays
he was still getting the job fucking done, man. Like,
and you know what? I don't even care. Yeah, like he just.
Well, I do. I want him to be healthy because who knows if you continue down that kind of path, you don't know where people end up.
Yeah.
But yeah, on a more positive note, the match was pretty good. It was the crowd made it better. They were really into this, and with the "fuck you, Orton" and the "Orton sucks," and I don't know, they were into it. I don't care as much as I like Orton. It didn't matter. The crowd just was into it. Orton was getting involved with the crowd at the side of the ring. They had to beep him out.
Yes, you're right. I
I'd love to know what he said, but I'm sure nothing crazy. And I know they did some lockups at the beginning. Shout out. I know I love that. Classic lockup. Little test of strength. Yep. 2 favorite wrestlers. Always going to get that with Kurt, usually. But, pretty good. Headlocks. I know Kurt did a lot of headlocks at the beginning. He was keeping it.
Yeah, for the first.
And then he even tested him on.
Minutes.
Remember, he tested him on. He was like, "Come on."
Yeah,
he was like, "Come on, let's go."
Happy you brought that up because I don't know if I jotted that down, but those were cool. Kind of explain that.
Basically, he was basically taunting him, saying like, "Come over here and give me a headlock, and then I'm gonna break out of this." And he did.
Yeah.
But the only thing was that he broke it up like the way that he broke it up. They could have done it a little bit better. It was just that like it was kind of just one little push, and
that was my only thing with it too, is that I thought they could have done a little better.
But it was still good. Like it was cool. Yeah, like good. You know what I mean? So yeah.
It reminded me a lot of a match between Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon, like where Kurt Angle he's done that before. Like it's actually kind of a thing. I feel like when Kurt knows he can out wrestle a guy, he'll be like, "Here, come, I'll give you a free one," and he'll show him that, hey, you can't mess with me.
That's right.
I wouldn't actually mind seeing. You say Sheamus?
No, Shane McMahon.
McMahon, sorry.
Kurt Angle was like, kind of gives him his back. He's like, "Come on, Shane, take my back," and he just out wrestles him.
Yeah.
So I've seen him do it a couple of times.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did. He didn't do that in any matches against Benoit.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
The only other quick thing, I know you talked about it when I first brought up this match, Zach, but was the "You can't wrestle" chant. That was just, to me, like, I get it. We're booing Randy Orton, but like these guys are going like, don't chant, you can't wrestle.
Exactly, like they know he can wrestle too. They're just trying to get
that's just
the whole
getting under the skin and being a heel. And
you know, I don't know if they know. Like these fans, especially for the time period, they were like, I don't want to say ignorant, but like that's
They didn't
what
even
they were
appreciate
just,
Randy Orton.
yeah. That's kind of what
They'd
I
rather
felt from
see
it.
Sabu go through
Yeah,
5 tables.
yeah. No, it's true.
No
like,
offense to Sabu, like
No,
the guy's
no,
music
no.
opened our show.
You
But
crazy bastard, by the way, we love you.
yeah, shout out
No.
to the barbed wire match from God knows
Oh,
when.
that was amazing. Yeah, but
Different off topic. We'll talk about.
but yeah,
Sabu
no,
later.
these ECW fans, like that's them. They believed that Kurt Angle was Kurt Angle being the more technical wrestler, Olympic style wrestler of the two. I guess the fans were letting Randy know he couldn't hang with Kurt.
You can't handle this.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
true.
know how like
It's damn true.
that just saddens me, but it's probably
You know what it is though too. I feel like a lot. It was a different time period. Like that chant, I don't hear it as often in 2018. Do you?
No.
Like I can't really think of a time.
Eva Marie is the only person I can think of that got it, and that's not even.
You know what I mean? And that was like
She's gone
maybe
2 years ago.
2016, right?
16, yeah.
Yeah, 2016 around
So
there.
we don't like
That's a
that.
good point.
That chant was a bigger thing at this time, and even a little bit later. Like I know Cena
The John Laurinaitis effect.
Cena had got that chant a ton,
That stuff you can't even bring up. Jeez.
Yeah.
a ton throughout like the later years
Laurinaitis.
of his run.
Yeah, well,
Just
he hired
joked
a lot
with-
of guys at that time that
Yeah.
were
No-
borderline.
Not trying to get off topic though.
Yeah, for sure. Back to the match. I thought the match was good, but it was longish. It was like 15 or so minutes. I had it jotted down.
Longer than I remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, the second longest on the card, which I don't know. It was different. These two guys, can go. So it's. I don't know. I think it's a match, WWE match, when you have the second longest match, making sure that it's two WWE guys. I know Kurt Angle's representing ECW, but I'm sure Vince had a say in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make sure that this match goes pretty long, because we want to make sure. I don't know what I'm getting at, but you know what I mean.
We want to make sure that build up of the feud is going to be.
Well, that,
It's
and
gonna
we
be
want to make
good.
sure we have WWE presence on this show.
sure.
As
No, I
much
agree
as
with
it's
that
an
too.
ECW show.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
it
that's
is WWE versus ECW though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? One
Yeah,
night stand.
that's what I think is the big difference I wanted to bring up between this, which is the second one night stand, compared to the first, where the first was more of just all classic ECW guys. Even guys who are not on this show, like this show, we didn't get any Deadly Boys,
No,
right?
that's
We didn't
true.
get any New Jack. There was just certain guys that weren't
no
there.
BWO,
You know,
no
yeah.
Shane Douglas.
Like as the first one has, it's just all ECW. This was a versus.
That's true.
Yeah.
This was more of a WWE pay per view with
Yeah.
ECW flair.
And also the start
Injection.
of the reboot.
Yeah, and the
Right.
start of the reboot of the show, which I kind of want to look back randomly at. I know it sounds dumb, but maybe at some of those shows. I'm really curious. It was a weird concept for me to have ECW be like a third brand.
Yeah, I personally would like to see the Raw after this because I'm just curious of the fallout. I
The
don't
Raw
remember
itself,
it.
yeah.
I don't.
I might
remember
look
it.
back at that myself. But yeah, we could do that for a show as well. But another day, we will see.
What did you guys think about the way the finish of the match?
I thought the reversal right before the ankle lock, I don't know what the move was, but there was a reversal. I thought that was a little off. But the ankle lock itself, as soon as Kurt locked it in and he went down for kind of going down to the ring like he normally does, that was pretty much it. I kind of think I said to you guys. That's
Yeah,
it.
you said that's it.
That's
I remember
it.
that.
I saw
Usually
it.
he just pulls the ankle, but when he sits
Once he
down
gets
and wraps
down like
leg,
that, when he gets
that's
down
what
and
it
he
is.
wraps the leg exactly like you said,
Yeah.
Zach. You're right.
Excuse me.
I thought the match was good. The ankle lock finish, like I said, I like them both, so it's kind of hard for me. If this was an RKO out of nowhere, an ankle lock finish, I think I would have been happy both ways.
Yeah.
I have to say the match probably wasn't as good as it could have been. And I don't know how many Kurt Angle, Randy Orton matches there has been in WWE. I don't think there's been many.
Yeah, not many on high-profile pay-per-views, at least. I
Or-
would say, yeah.
At all. Like maybe on SmackDown here and there, but I
Yeah.
felt like they were always kind of on opposite shows. And then Kurt Angle was gone.
Shortly after this period, yeah.
So, and that's when Randy Orton really took off, was kind of 08, 9, 10, 11, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Was really his peak time when he became, whatever, how many time champion he is, 12 time, I think.
Yeah, the whole Viper era. Yeah.
Exactly. Any other stuff you guys want to talk about with this match, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle based, before we get into the next match?
No, I'm
maybe
good.
maybe just the end of there where Randy, he was selling the ankle, and I thought that was great how he called
Get
for another
another
ref.
ref.
Get another ref
Get
out
another
here.
ref, yeah.
And he had the 2 refs carry him out. Crowd's pissed. Just middle fingers everywhere.
Yeah, pussy.
Called
You're
him a pussy
a
and,
pussy.
So, I really like Randy played off of it very well. Good match overall, though. Yeah. What was next?
Next match was match number 3. Tony Mamaluke.
Oh, my
Our
boy.
boy.
Tony
FBI.
Mamaluke. What a name.
Yeah,
FBI.
we had the FBI versus Super Crazy and Tajiri. FBI being Little Guido, also referred to as Nunzio, versus Big Guido. I don't know what his alias is, but we'll get to the match, I guess. The match was much better than it sounds, I have to say.
Yeah,
Even just reading that title, I feel like this match was a lot better than the paper. Are you guys fans of Tajiri? I know it's kind of random, but do you guys like Tajiri?
We've been talking about him for a few weeks now, actually.
Yes.
kind of
we
come
have
up
because
and
of
on
his,
and off.
his theme music and stuff too.
Oh, yes. With the whole Eric Rowan thing.
Shout out to Eric Rowan.
Random, yeah.
Yeah.
But
wow.
I've always liked Tajiri. Even when I started watching wrestling back in the day, when I was not really into it, I always saw him on SmackDown too. So yeah, I didn't really mind him at all. I liked him because my favorite wrestler of all time is X-Pac, and I always like the kicks, the leg kicks, and everything.
I was going to bring that
So
up.
that's what gets me every time. You know what I mean?
That's
So
a
I really
good point.
enjoy Tajiri. Really enjoy him. Who was his partner again?
Super Crazy.
Oh yeah, Super Crazy.
Which is cool, because I like Super Crazy, and these two together is cool. I like Tajiri. I would like to see the Green Mist tonight.
Yeah, me too. I
thought for sure that was going to come out.
Is that a WWE thing? Or was he always rocking that?
I believe he was always rocking.
He was rocking that.
I thought maybe if that was it was because it was a WWE thing, then maybe they didn't want to use it. But it was pretty cool. I know we had the crowd chanting Nacho Libre. Shout out to the Nacho Libre movie. Great movie. But like I said, this match was a lot better than it was on paper. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember a lot of this pay-per-view. I gotta be honest. Like I said, I was a little bit younger, but this match really threw me for a loop. I don't even remember them hyping it on the go home show that we watched before, but it turned out to be good. We had a great comment from Joey Styles, God bless his wife, about Tony Mamaluke.
Oh my goodness.
That kind of
No, it was
had
about
to write that
Nunzio.
down. I thought,
It was about Nunzio
Nunzio
because he said he's something about his height not being very tall, but he wears a size 12 or 13 boot. God bless his wife. That's what he said.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It was great.
But yeah, small point. I have it written down. Great kicks, lots of kicks. There was a cool spot with the double tarantula from Tajiri and Super Crazy, kind of on opposite ends. Awesome. Any points from you guys? I thought it was good.
That double tarantula move was cool, actually. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Forgot about that in the match. That was really nice.
I don't know if it's just me being Italian, but like, I could do without Little Guido and Big Guido and these names. Like, I know it's FBI and it's old school, but I don't know. I don't know if it's. I can't explain it, but I'm just not a fan. I like Nunzio when he was by himself in the cruiserweight division and he had Vito.
Yeah,
But
well, this is his original shtick.
I guess that's true.
So that was another thing I wanted to bring up about this. This match is an all ECW match.
Yeah, that's a good.
Even
yes,
though
it was.
I forgot
you
to
know
bring that up.
Tajiri and I think Super Crazy had a run in WWE as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Which I don't
Maxi Cools.
I don't remember. Yeah, now that you
Him
say
and-
that,
him
it
and
kind
two
of
other
rings a
guys,
bell.
They used to drive lawnmowers down to the ring.
Yeah, that rings a bit of a
The
bell. to
Maxi
me.
Cools. It's okay.
Tajiri, I feel, had the longer.
Oh,
of all these guys,
definitely.
Tajiri's
In
probably the
WWE?
most well known in WWE, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but still, this was
Yep.
considered a ECW versus ECW match. Maybe
An all ECW match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of the only one on the show. I think we might have had.
no, we had a couple more.
Yeah, we'll get into them. But there was a double muscle buster, kind of similar to Samoa Joe's finisher that he's not allowed to do anymore. It was really cool. I know I say that a lot, but it was really cool. I don't know what other word to use than to say that. They kind of double slammed him down, and that was the pin. That was the finish. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but we had Big Show come out next to challenge Mama Luke.
Yeah, the newest
Or
member.
Mama Duke. Is it Mama Duke or Mama Luke?
No, he.
No, he didn't. He didn't go. Yeah, he went for Big Guido.
Yeah, Big Guido.
Oh, Big
the two big
Guido.
guys. That's who he wanted. He wanted Big Guido.
You're right.
Big Guido. I'd like.
Yeah, Big Guido.
I know you're dying.
Yeah,
eh?
this match, like I
He's
said,
something
kind of a
crazy,
foggy one
like-
for me. I don't remember much of it, but all I know is Big Show came in, cleaned house.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, when he threw him out of the ring, Big Guido, that
when he
my
threw Mama
goodness
Luke.
gracious.
What about when he threw Mama Luke?
Oh, that was crazy.
He ragdolled him
That
around.
was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
But Big Guido getting out of the ring when he gets hit, you got to do it a little bit better. Like, you're selling this and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like somebody slapped you and you fell like an idiot. I don't know.
I know
But,
there's
like,
only
you're selling it way
2,400
too hard.
people there, but there's millions on TV here.
Yeah, but
Step it up.
Yeah, well, you know, big.
No,
big,
no jips.
no, big,
no dips a Big Guido. Like, you're, hey, you made it. I'm not there. You're there.
Yeah.
So I can't even jerk. But just a little bit better on the sellout next time, though. Thank you.
No, shout out to Big Guido.
But shout out to Big-
love
I know,
Big
but
Guido.
still,
I got
shout
it
out to Big
great.
Guido.
He
Yeah.
popped me. I enjoyed him.
Big Guido.
But yeah, they had to get Big Show out there, I guess, because he wasn't featured on. He didn't have a match on the
show,
card.
but
He was the newest member.
But that's weird to me that he's coming out, and this show's like kind of all of Raha ECW versus WWE, and he's now the new ECW member, and he's coming out here and cleaning house ECW.
Well, you know what it was? It was to keep him strong and have him come into these, because when he came into the ECW brand, he was like a top.
That
top
makes
guy.
sense, but to
So that's
me it
what
would
it-
make more
that's
sense
why.
for him to come out and beat up a WWE guy that just had a match, or so I don't know.
I think they were, they wanted to, like,
Doesn't
I know they
matter,
wanted
like,
to
they're
keep
building
him
a brand
strong,
for the
and then,
future.
that's what they were trying to do. And
That
then
makes sense.
the obvious thing of the two big guys, having this classic stare-off, face-off.
And I guess he was the next biggest guy on the show.
Yeah,
Um,
him and Big Guido, yeah.
Big Guido.
Shout out to Big Guido.
Shout out
Any
to
other
Big
points
Guido.
on this match, guys? I'd like to move forward.
Nope, I'm good.
No,
I've already
yeah.
said all I have to say, so I'm good.
Yeah, same here. So next we had Big Show. No, we did not have Big Show.
Nope.
We had JBL.
Oh,
I
yes.
can't believe I still got Big Show in the mind after this match that I'm
It was the toss.
not even that interested
It was the
in. but I
toss.
still
It was
got
the
Big
toss
Show in
he
the
gave
mind.
to.
Oh, man. JBL up top, kind of being a bully. Talking about backyard wrestling and basically talking shit.
This promo was great.
Yeah, this was great. Like I said, I felt like there was a little bit of shootness going on here.
I loved it. He was sitting right in the audience. It was great.
Yeah.
He was
Standing
kind of
right there.
singled off though too. Like he wasn't. I feel like
He
they
just
had
came
to
out,
keep
like-
him a bit away.
Yeah.
There was
Oh,
some
yeah.
security behind him.
Oh, yeah, there was. Oh, yeah.
He got to
wasn't.
shut the fuck up from the crowd.
Yeah,
It was
I don't
loud
think he
one.
could get too close.
And then they're saying, go suck a cock or whatever. And then, I'm pretty sure. And then he just ripped right back into them. But, classic JBL.
Yeah,
I've always known
what did he?
JBL
What
like
did
that.
he say? He said something along the lines of,
I just remember the backyard wrestling, and then I basically have all the chants written down.
"Yeah, no," but he said there's a lot of
Boring.
males in this building tonight. I know none of you have girlfriends, so it's funny that you're talking about a male genitalia.
Yeah.
Like, he
Heel
did-
stuff. Hey, good heel shit.
Oh, he did it well.
JBL, classic JBL.
was
It
great.
works. I liked it. I thought the segment could have been a little bit better, but it was
Yeah.
really good. I don't have much negative to say. It was cool that JBL kind of released, I guess. I don't know if it was a scoop or if people already knew, but him coming back to be commentary on
Oh, yes.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because he kind of took a dig at Tazz a bit, right? Tazz was down at commentary and he was chirping Tazz saying, you were on SmackDown, you're on network television, and you're coming down to Sci-Fi on the ECW, and Tazz says, you're damn right, because Tazz knows his roots, but
Chill with all these Star Trek nerds.
yeah,
I forgot about that part, too.
yeah, I totally forgot about that too. Decent little segment, like I said, was good, could have been better, could have been worse, pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. No, it was really good.
Yeah,
No, it was really, really good.
cool. We'll go into the next thing if that's all from you guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Before I go into match 4, just want to do the normal, Twitter shoutouts at PWLookBack on Instagram and Twitter. Email prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. Check it out there. There's a website now too, prowrestlinglookback@wordpress.com. Yeah, check that out. It's a new site just up, just got it running. It kind of just has the same stuff that we have on our YouTube channel, Pro Wrestling Look Back. It's just kind of another place that you can listen or watch the videos that we've been posting. Yeah, we'll get right into the next match. Match number 4. This was a really cool one for myself. Sabu versus Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Your guys' thoughts?
Well, like I said at the beginning, and I think Taz brought it up too, like, to me, this is a dream match. And, he said, like, to most wrestling fans, I think it is a dream match. And I just think it's so cool, the two style matchups of it, just the image of Rey and Sabu, they're very similar size build.
Sure.
So I thought
I totally know what you're saying, and I agree.
It just
with you,
looks
agree
really
with Tazz.
cool. Yeah. What about you, Young?
I personally think it was kind of weird because
Seeing the
Sabu
two?
is so old. Well, he's not old as hell there, but he's like older, and it was just weird seeing him against Ray for the championship. Now, I did not watch it back in the day, so I don't know how that led up to it.
Yeah,
But-
I think they were just trying to get the ECW guys some rubs and stuff, kind of getting them their spots.
And no, like, he's good. It's not like he's not good. It's just, I don't know. I thought it was just very weird, especially when they put the title on the line for it, too. So, I don't know. But, besides that, though, both of them are great high flyers. Like I said, that's my shit.
Yeah.
I love the leg kicks, everything, you know what I mean? That's my thing, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I love it. I think those two have been around for a long time, and they know what they're doing, especially when it comes to in-ring talent like that, and they know each other so well. So, but other than that, I just thought it was trippy because it was for the title, I know I said Sabu was older. I shouldn't have just said he was older because that doesn't make any sense. A lot of guys can be older and still be good, but it was just weird. It was for the title.
I think us watching that barbed wire match so close to this.
Yeah, that
has
was
a little bit of. I know it's not like it has nothing to do with this pay-per-view, but it definitely has an effect on us watching Sabu.
Yeah, shout out to Terry Funk. That was a crazy match.
Oh yeah, don't you worry. I have lots to say about Terry Funk.
Okay.
When we get to that match.
Okay.
I have lots to say about Terry Funk. But before we get into the actual wrestling, like you said, the in-ring work from these guys, shout out to Sabu's music and shout out to Sabu's gear.
Yes.
Sabu's gear was great. I think you kind of referred to it as like a pom-pom.
Yeah,
and
a cheerleader's pom-pom.
Yeah, I know I kind of made you choke on your drink there, but...
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, Sabu's gear, good stuff. This match was pretty good. Ray got a mixed reaction coming out. Sabu obviously got plenty of cheers, and with that music, how can you not? And his attitude with the chair, walking to the ring, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not just
head
that. He's
down
representing ECW, right?
and-
All of them are
and-
gonna go for him. So.
Of course, representing ECW. Ray was a bit mixed. I thought it was going to be more boos, honestly. I felt like once the match got going, that's when the crowd kind of knew that they were booing Ray.
Yeah.
They had to be booing Ray.
Fuck him up, Sabu. Fuck him up.
Yeah. But knowing that Ray was in ECW back in the day, I think they gave him a little bit of respect at the very beginning. There was lots of good chair shots in this match. Like, pretty crazy
I don't even want
ones,
to talk
throwing
about the chair
chairs
shots.
and-
Yeah, the throw that he threw at Mysterio. Holy shit!
There was a couple of those.
That's
Yeah,
what
there was
I
a
have
couple,
written
but
down.
second
Like,
one was-
they were outside of the ring, inside of the ring. They were outside actually quite a bit,
man.
which isn't my favorite, but they worked it well.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the chair shots, on it? I know you can probably speak on
You can
this for a bit.
because I'm gonna probably be saying the exact same thing that you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just holy shit, really is. all I
Exactly.
can
You know
say.
what? I think that just sums it up right there.
Yeah.
Now we know how concussions are made.
Big.
Yeah,
Especially
there was
from
one
back in the
spot
day.
outside the ring. Sabu did I thought he was gonna go for a backflip, and then he got pushed into the crowd by Ray. That was pretty good.
Did they do that too?
Yeah,
Really?
I think they did that, right?
Okay, because that happened later in the night too.
Oh,
That's
that might have been the
interesting.
RVD match.
Okay,
that I'm
maybe.
thinking of.
Okay, no, okay,
Maybe he
okay.
did a backflip spot that I'm thinking of
Yeah.
through the table later, but yeah, there was a crazy spot to finish the match. I don't want to get to the finish too quick, but
Well, yeah.
aside from the chair shots and them going 150 for, I think we had it clocked at 12 minutes or no 9 minutes, so 9 minutes 10 seconds, not too long of a match.
Yeah, it felt a little bit longer to me. And I was going to say again, like this, again, I haven't watched it in a while, but going back now, this match really, like, I enjoyed it more than I thought. It was better than I thought. Because I remember it being extreme. I thought it was like 5 minutes, honestly. I thought it was very quick.
9 isn't long though.
9 isn't long, yeah.
But the chair shots were memorable.
Definitely.
Like that's what stands out.
Oh,
for
I'm
me
gonna remember that for sure.
Not
I
only
think
the
Ray will
chair-
remember those two after that.
Yeah, Ray. I feel like he took a lot of headshots back in the day that I'm seeing as we do our look backs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess everybody did.
Can we get to the finisher
Well,
of
wait,
the night?
I just-
We'll get
Because
to
I'm ready
You
to
want to get
shit.
to it, or should we?
I am ready to shit everywhere all over this.
I just wanted to quickly bring it up. I thought it was awesome how, like, when Sabu came to the ring with the chair in hand, just ready, all business, like, we're going right at it. And they
As he
did that
does,
whole thing
man.
at the beginning where they're both swinging at each other with the chairs.
Yeah, we didn't get into that. Yeah, they
Dueling
were kind of
with the
dueling with the
fucking
chairs as
chairs.
if they were swords. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I know Younger's excited. this finish.
Oh man.
How about this finish? What was it? DDT, table kind of extended from the ring to the barrier, standing on top of the table. DDT to the edge of the table, like the table barely broke. It was kind of just a DDT right on the fucking
At first,
concrete.
I thought Ray caught him, and then he slammed him down. But then we looked, and then I saw from the other angle. I'm like, oh, he DDT'd him.
Yeah.
But you're right. The whole table, like, it didn't even break in the middle. It was only like the
right
end
on the
piece.
edge. So it was more just them going right into the fucking floor. It was insane.
It was. Well, no matter what, they're going in the floor, but it was bad.
Probably, like, I use the word a lot, but probably spot of the night, like, as far as standout. I know we got into standouts at the end of the show, but this was pretty wild. Like, I think back to that, and it's like, holy crap, that was a crazy move. And I know it's ECW, and I know that might be a big statement, like I said, but we're here to look back and give our opinions. This is an opinion-based podcast. That's what we're about here.
Yeah.
We're not pros. We're not anything. We're just fans giving our opinions. You know, Pro Wrestling Look Back.
I was a little, I don't know. I wasn't happy with the finish, honestly, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I remember even the first time I watched it, I didn't.
Really?
I just wasn't.
What about it? Because, like, no, opinions.
I wanted a clear cut winner. I wanted Sabu to win the fucking title. Like, I know it's because I'm a Sabu fan.
I guess we didn't even get into it. Like,
we didn't get a winner. We didn't even talk about it because the spot was so fucking crazy,
Yeah.
right? But like, we didn't get a winner.
The match,
like, it was a
nobody
no contest.
won. That was it. I didn't get to it because the spot was so crazy, like you said. But we had that British guy. I don't know who the fuck he was. He kind of reminded me of Pee Wee Herman a little bit, but he kind of said, "Stop the match," and that was it.
I thought he sounded kind of French, like he was from Montreal or
so Montreal.
Quebec.
Could have been British. I don't know if I just.
What did he say? What was it exactly?
I think it was "Stop the match." I don't know if I have anything.
No way is competing.
Yeah, but just 10 times higher in the voice.
Stop the match! Stop it!
Yeah.
But yeah,
And,
no clear cut winner. Like, I wanted a.
I know what you're saying.
I literally have it written down that I'm fine with this, but I see
where I'm coming from. Like,
and like I said, opinions.
By the way, that was my favorite match of the night too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I don't know. Like, I see what you're saying, but I just think it worked because it was that big of a spot. It was that crazy. It was that dramatic. It was that,
Yeah, I'm not discrediting the spot, but like, we've seen, like, Sabu's done a lot worse and carried on.
For sure. There was another table spot I think we didn't talk about in the match where he kind of caught him
and hurt his shoulder, right?
That was more in the entranceway, whereas this one was more to the left of the ring.
Yeah.
That's
right. So maybe he was kind of still hurt from that. If he actually did get hurt. I know Younger saw the ref making signals. So.
Well, he grabbed his left shoulder and he was saying something. So.
But not to take back from my statement, but at the same time, I get it because, and I understand it and I can appreciate it because it keeps both guys strong as well. And at the end of the day, they're both going their separate ways after this show, right? Ray's going back to SmackDown, Sabu's going over to ECW, and it's not like Sabu, took a 1-2-3 pin from Ray, and then it kind of devalues him almost, or vice versa.
For sure, I agree with that.
So I'm okay with, I guess, now when I think about it like that. But I remember at first,
I see your side.
The very first time I had seen it, I was like, oh man, really? Because to me it was a dream match. Like,
and it was short.
I was like, holy, what, Sabu and Ray? And then to have it end like that, I was like, I'm just talking about my very first reaction, the first time I had ever watched this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, I get it. It makes sense.
And they gave their all. Like I said, it was
yeah,
short enough that I guess they could go the whole time. There wasn't a lot of rest holds and slowdown. Not that Ray does a lot of that stuff anyway, but you know what I mean. That's pretty much it with that match. It was good. I know I say it a lot, but these matches that we've been looking back at lately are all
fucking good. Yeah.
Pretty good. Like, we're not looking back at pretty shitty matches. We'll go straight into match 5. This might have been my match of the night. I don't know. This was pretty fucking awesome. I gotta say, Edge and Mick Foley versus Tommy Dreamer, and the man, I can say now with a straight face, Terry Funk. This guy.
This lunatic.
I'm just going to get into it right now, guys. You know what? I'm very structured normally, but right now I'm just going to get into it. I have it written right here. God damn it, this Terry Funk is gold. I want to see some more of this. I'm going to go back on my own time. I'm going to watch some of his matches.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy. And watching the barbed wire match that we watched with Sabu, and then watching this and seeing the way that this guy put his body on the line.
At 61 years old.
Yeah, for this
At
business.
the time, 61.
I have so much respect for someone that can put their, that will put their body on the line to that point for the business. The match was great. They ended up adding Lita and Beulah McGillicuddy.
Yes.
Is McGillicuddy, was that always a thing? Or was it just Beulah?
No, it was always...
Beulah McGillicuddy. She kind of came out with them. So they added them in and made it a mixed, I guess not mixed, intergender back then because they could fight each other.
Yeah, 3-on-3.
Not mixed.
Anything goes.
But there was a good kind of video before the match showing Edge and Mick Foley and their match at WrestleMania 22 and how they kind of earned each other's respect. And Mick Foley saying he's hardcore. And I thought that was cool. You know, I'd watched that Mania live. I was a fan, like I said, back then. And it was cool showing them come together and having this feud against Paul Heyman and saying basically we're hardcore and Heyman showing you who is really hardcore. Did you guys want to talk about anything before we dive into specifics of the match?
I'm trying to think here. The only thing that stands out for me is probably that barbed wire on that piece of plywood. And I don't know how many people got hit with that thing, but that was
definitely
absolutely
a cool prop or weapon
trap.
or what. Yeah, we'll go into it. I guess there's
like if you're playing Fortnite, shout out to the Fortnite people. You step on one of those death traps, you're fucked. And people know you get fucking pissed from that shit, man. I fucking freak out.
And that's what that was. It was a death.
It was
trap.
just one of those things, and it's just like
shout
you just
out
don't.
Terry Funk.
Oh man!
Shout out Terry Funk.
I don't even want to talk about it. Like it was that bad when Edge got it across the head when it fell, and Foley hit the ground too as well. Mm-hmm. That was insane. Like and it fell on Foley and it was stuck to his wrists. And same with and then he put it on to Funk after to Terry. I got too much to say about this. And they puts it on to Terry and then cuts his eye and says I'm something wrong with my eye. And I was like, what the fuck is going on with this 61-year-old fucking lunatic? He's crazy. I love him. Wish it was my dad. That's awesome. Shout out to my dad. But I wish that was my dad. Yeah. Because like I would be telling everybody, be like, my dad was a fucking psycho. He wasn't a wrestler. He was a psycho.
Yeah.
He was on a suicide mission
how much
every
you have
time.
to say about this. This is great.
But I can have 1,000 things more to say, but I'll move on.
It's
Trust
good.
me.
I just wanted to bring up. I know Donovan will want to talk about it, but kind of Mick Foley playing the heel, in quotes, before with the mic.
Yeah.
Chirping.
Oh yeah.
Still kind of getting the crowd pop-ish because he's a legend, but he was getting heel heat, which was cool.
He knows. He knew what to do.
He knows how to do that, and he was representing WWE. Shout out to Lita and the tits.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say that in a last. Yeah, I would. Lita look great, and also just Lita and Edge. This combo, I love it. And even just Edge when he came out, the look on his face, it was priceless.
Go off. I know you have lots
to
say about Edge and the way his character was represented
this
time.
version of Edge is like probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite version
Rated
of
R
Edge.
Superstar, a grindy version of it, right?
It was great because he played off
sexual harassing girls in the ring.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the finish.
He played it well, like the look, just the mannerisms when he came out, the way he was looking at the crowd, and he's like soaking it in. They're booing him, saying "fuck you," all this and that, and he's got his hands up like, "Come on, bring it on." Bring it on,
I shouldn't
guys.
say sexual harassment. Obviously, it's
and
all
on top
scripted,
of it,
but it was just very too.
On top of it, Edge is a pretty hardcore motherfucker. Like this guy's been in TLC wars.
That's right. No,
you know what I mean? He's done some crazy shit.
And that
himself.
match with Mick Foley alone, man. Like I don't care what
that match
says.
too. Yeah, like
that match is
so
hardcore.
Edge, he can go right in there with Funk and Dreamer and Foley. So
I think he almost earned some of their respect.
In
the match with Foley and stuff. It was pretty good.
But spot like you said about spot of the night earlier, to me, I think when Foley took the bump onto that barbed wire bed, that was mine.
Outside the ring,
that was insane.
So basically we had a big piece of plywood with barbed wire all over it.
The barbed wire bed.
They managed to finagle this weapon or table or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. This thing is
into
it's a death trap.
3 or 4 different spots, and it worked really good. The match was amazing. I don't know what else to say. It was, like I said, probably my favorite match of the night. The fucking selling was outstanding by Terry Funk alone, let alone everybody else, and leaving covered in blood,
with the patch,
coming back with the 2x4 and getting wrapped up, and I mean, it would be horrible if we didn't mention Terry Funk lighting the fucking thing on fire and hitting Mick Foley with a flaming 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Like, how ECW is that? I don't know if it gets more ECW.
So I can put a visual here for people, is like, so Mick Foley gets hit with this thing. He's on fire, literally. His vest is on fire.
That's right, on the back of it,
and then he gets pushed onto this barbed wire bed. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that thing. I'm telling you, it's like a death trap in Fortnite, man. Because when you step on that, you're pissed and you're like, I'm fucked. So when people get hit with that, it's a death trap. You're like, you're not even getting out of it, and you're fucked. That's how I take a look at it.
Yeah.
And it's fucked.
So that was pretty much it for them. They were outside the ring.
Yeah.
And then we had Edge taking on Dreamer.
Yeah.
Kind of in the ring again with the Fortnite death trap. Attacking him, throwing it on top of him.
They did some crazy shit, too.
Beulah getting involved. I think there was a bunch of chaos. I don't know exactly what ensued because there was so much chaos in this match. But basically, we had Edge with a huge spear on Beulah after Lita getting involved.
Well, what about before that?
We'll get into it because I think I'm missing it.
So we had Dreamer. He had the barbed wire around Edge's head.
Yes,
trying to submit him with it. It was around his throat actually, and his forehead.
I'm happy.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was
and
too much.
Just
in
the
this
look
match.
on Edge's face looked like he was.
I think he actually needed to breathe. I don't think he was worried about the thing was in his throat at that point. I think he was just like, I can't fucking breathe, motherfucker. Take that off my...
It was insane. And we had Edge giving it back to him as well. Going for, I think it's called the Edge Cutter. But he put the barbed wire back around Dreamer's neck.
Is that what he called Edge Cutter?
I think that's what it was.
I don't know. Comment down below if you're listening on YouTube, but tell me, it might be the Edge-O-Matic. I don't know.
Ah, yes. Okay, that might be it.
That's a shout out to Mike D from the Pro Wrestling LookBack. I know he would correct me on that if he was here, but I think it's the Edge-O-Matic.
That might be it. Yeah.
It was good,
but closer to the finish, he was. What about all the taunting when he had Beulah in almost like a pump handle slam?
Well, that's we'll go. There's too much at the end of this match. I mean,
That's no.
Like you said, the Edge-O-Matic with. No. I'll start over from. I don't even know what to say. I'm lost. But the Edge-O-Matic with the barbed wire, the taunting, the grabbing Beulah, and like you said, younger borderline sexual assault. This is not something that they would be doing
today
on PG, let alone on TV.
Well, it's not just that. What's going on in today's society with all
with
this shit
women?
going on too,
there's no way. Like there's too much equality, which is fine.
Which is good. Exactly. No, I'm totally cool with that too.
I love me some women's matches and.
I didn't even like that though. Like it wasn't cool.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was
of
funny.
Course, yeah,
and
you laugh.
When you watch
course.
it in that time, it works. You know what I mean? You watch it, put yourself in 2006, and it wasn't quite what it is today.
Exactly.
I think it's okay to watch it in that sense. You don't watch it saying, "Oh, I wish they did this now," because it just wouldn't work.
And it's also Edge. I mean, this is the same guy who had sex in the ring.
In the same 6-month span, that was not.
This is the rated R superstar.
Rated R superstar.
That's true, and I mean, Lita does basically have her tits out in the ring, so it's like.
Oh yeah, she looked awesome.
See his entrances all the time when he used to run into the ring. You know, he runs and slides in the ring and starts humping the ring. I'm like, okay, that's enough of that.
He used that later. So
yeah, I know he did.
Basically, he degraded her.
He did.
All up and down.
Yeah.
And then kind of Dreamer came in for a quick save. Lita comes in, low blow. I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
Basically, we'll get to the finish. Edge, massive spear on Beulah. In for a nice little.
This is not a 1, 2, 3 count. This is
he slowly lifts up one leg, slowly lifts up the other,
throws it around. It was kind of awkward. I don't know. It was a deep penetration 1, 2, 3 pin.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, whoe's listening to this, just go back.
Uncharacteristic of stuff we would see now. I think that's why.
Oh, for sure. But shout out to the people though. If you guys are listening to this, go back to this pay-per-view and watch it for yourself, and you'll completely understand what we're talking about. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So as the ref is coming down for the 1, 2, 3 edges, he's thrusting into her, and that's the visual.
That's basically,
like I said,
that's
just
your
watch
finish. And then you've got Dreamer kind of sobbing there with Beulah after the match, picks her up, and then absolute bloodbath outside.
Yeah.
With Terry Funk.
I wanted to ask you guys this. What did you think about this? The bad guy's kind of getting the win here. How did you feel about that? Like,
I think
were you thinking maybe Dreamer and did you remember the finish or?
I definitely didn't remember the finish. Like I said, I think the only match of this show was the main event.
Yeah,
we'll go into later that I remembered. I get it because I think the babyfaces, I don't know what you would classify as a babyface on this show, but the ECW represented wrestlers were getting more of the wins and will be getting more of the wins as we go forward on this show. So I think they had to mix it in somewhere, and if you're going to mix it in somewhere, mix it in with a guy like Mick Foley, who's hardcore, and Edge, who I think has earned the respect of the hardcore fans as well as the hardcore wrestlers.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I think that it makes it okay, and it's a good point to bring up though, because I don't know if I had, thought about the heels per se being the ones going over in this match, but like I said, probably my favorite match on the show, Bloodbath. Shout out Terry Funk. I'm gonna go back and watch your shit.
Well,
I want to see more of it. Respect to these guys in this match.
Yeah.
Your guys' closing thoughts on this match?
Well, no, the only thing I just wanted to quickly speak on that whole the bad guys winning thing is just because the build into it was that, hey, we're more hardcore than you guys, and it's like, hey, Edge and Foley went out there, put themselves on the line and got the job done. So it's like, it was just interesting to me that they got the last laugh. It was cool. It made sense. So
no, awesome. I totally agree.
Awesome match.
Yeah, actually, my favorite about the whole match, though, is when Terry came back after when he did leave. And he came back with the head. Man,
2x4.
He's 61 years old, and he's taking it like a like a psycho, man. I can't get over it. Stunt devil, sorry. That's like probably better. Taking it as a big-ass stunt devil, you know what I mean? Yeah. I know they're all stunt devils in the ring because you got to do some hardcore shit, but like that was insane. That was the craziest shit that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it definitely got me, because when he was there saying my eye, and he left the
and
first
he was
time.
Definitely,
I thought he was gone. Like, I didn't remember him coming
here.
back. So when he came back, I was like, what
the
fuck is happening?
He said his eye. I wonder if it was his eyelid cut or his actual eye, or
it looked pretty nasty. It looked like he had a bad cut above the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll. If you guys are good there, we'll go into the next match.
Yep.
Next match was the main event. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't. It was.
It
was the absolute ball buster, I guess we could call it. It was Balls Mahoney versus Tanaka.
Ball buster.
Two guys I don't have much familiarity with. I think Donovan might be able to talk a bit on balls.
Yeah.
And Younger might be able to
all
talk
about
a bit
balls.
on Tanaka. What's his damn name there, Younger?
Something Misterio Tanaka, I think.
Yeah.
I think I just got the first name completely fucking
I just
wrong.
know you
Shout
knew
out to
him
you. I'm
going
sorry.
in.
But with the Tanaka?
Yeah, you're familiar with him?
I was kind of familiar with Tanaka back in the day. I don't know what... I know he was ECW a little bit, but I think it was more Japan too. I don't know why. I just heard his name.
Yeah, I
didn't watch any Japan, but I'm just like, I think I heard his name. I think he's from around there, but I just heard that he wrestled pretty good because he had matches against someone. I forget who it was, but I just heard the name. I just remember the name. Tanaka was cool. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really anything exciting. Like, you know what I mean?
What, this match?
Yeah, like I wasn't really like fired up, but I was like, oh, cool, Tanaka though. I've heard that, like, you know what I mean?
Certainly not. Any thoughts on balls?
You didn't like it at all, eh?
Actually, no shout out for balls either too.
Honestly,
I just didn't really know who that was. You know,
I didn't necessarily know what was coming after this, but me and you have talked about this in the past, Donovan. And I don't like these buffer matches in between the bigger matches. I know there wasn't two titles here, and they didn't put the Rey Mysterio match right before this anyway, but why do we need this buffer shit? Like, is it just because they're two ECW guys it works tonight, or?
Yeah, and then I was going to say that I was going to bring this up too. Like, the structure of this show is kind of very different and weird, right? Maybe?
Yeah,
would you say?
I mean, like I said, Rey Mysterio and Sabu was...
Right, so with that being said, like, it was very... That part of it was very ECW to me, because their shows were a lot like that. Like, just... You'd get random shit happening at all times. Like, the whole Big Show run-in is like, that's very ECW. The whole later on Sandman segment, very like ECW type things, just
shit
all over
happening,
chaotic shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, Balls Mahoney.
There's not much to talk about the match. We'll get into it a bit, I guess.
It's really frustrating. I wish I knew what Tanaka was.
There was a rough... it's okay, man.
I'll get back to that soon.
Mention the name.
No, I just want to get it wrong for other people, because everyone's gonna be like, "Why the hell did he say that he knows who he is? He doesn't even know any matches." So
hey, like
I'll get back to that.
It's all opinions, but
all right.
Well, I know he's going off what you remember, what your opinion.
I just remember hearing him, but I just heard about matches.
Him and Mike Awesome,
you know,
in ECW.
Yeah, I just remember it was ECW though.
Him and Mike Awesome, like, he's fought for the ECW title. I know.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's not
he
like
has.
we all have
Yes, he has.
computers here and we're all looking up everything as we go.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
we're all just going off memory and going off opinions and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's totally cool. But there, like I said, rough suplex kind of off top. It looked a little awkward. The superplex
almost
that they
like
did.
he wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah. I know you had mentioned that Balls was drinking a beer from a fan. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the fan had passed him the beer. He took a sip and then whacked Tanaka in the face with.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, I know the crowd was
Forgot
over
about
as
that,
hell
yeah.
with this guy chanting balls, balls, balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I could speak on that for a
Yeah,
second, like,
totally.
So Balls Mahoney, he's a definitely a ECW.
Give me the whole package.
Original. Balls Mahoney, the chair swinging freak. He was known a guy always coming out with the chairs and beating the shit out of people with steel chairs. He had a tag partner as well, Axel Rotten. That's who it was. So Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten.
Axl Rose or
Isn't
something?
that hilarious? Yeah. And they would come they would come out to the song I feel terrible for not knowing who it's by, but the song got the biggest balls of them all. Like that was their theme music.
Oh man.
I've got big balls.
Maybe we'll look back.
Yeah, it was
How's it go? How does it go?
the song.
Yeah, how does it go?
I got big balls. He's got big balls, but we've got the biggest balls of them all. And then the crowd, balls, balls, balls. So yeah, I mean, you know, who doesn't want to? It's a balls chant. It's funny. It's you know.
Of course, that's great.
Yeah.
I just died. That's hilarious.
But back to the whole like chair swinging
I was
freak
gonna say, yeah,
thing
back
of
to
Balls
the-
Mahoney. That's
probably the moment of this match
and that is very symbolic, like to him,
for him.
with just that brutal chair shot that he gives to Naka.
Yeah, and I have it written down. If that's his thing, then what was his career over as soon as chair shots to the head became
Probably
Non-
at least his
doable?
his main.
Not that he had much of a career. I would imagine. No offense, Balls, but I'm assuming he didn't have much after this.
Oh yeah, probably not. Which
But-
a lot of these ECW guys though.
Yeah, I guess
Honestly,
they kind
right?
of faded out.
Yeah.
Brought in new guys. Shout out CM Punk. But
Yeah.
there any other points on this ball buster of a match, guys?
Just that brutal chair shot where the chair was like bent,
Dented in
dented,
half. Yeah, that was
imprinted with his
insane.
head.
I think I would have been KO'd if I took that shot.
And we all knew it was over after that.
Oh yeah, that was the
Jeez.
finish.
As soon as that was the finish.
What did they
God,
call him
it
again?
was
Sorry,
awesome.
with the
I feel like you
chair.
can't be
What
kicking
did they
out of
call him
that.
again?
The
Wasn't
chair
he-
swinging freak.
Yeah,
Balls Mahoney.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we all know why. Swinging around, you're looking like fucking Barry Bonds and shit, going off people's heads.
Yeah,
and shit.
honestly, I know you're
That's
not
ridiculous.
the biggest balls.
I
Mahoney,
don't know
but-
him much.
No,
I
but,
just it was more. I
Dude.
think the placement of this match. That
yeah,
had
no,
me
but go back
strong.
and let's look up some clips just because he's fucked and he's insane. The shit he does with the chairs and
Yeah, I'd be down for
I'm
that.
down for that.
too.
No, I'm totally down for that.
Totally. Let us know too if you guys are interested in us doing more shorter clip, maybe single match look backs as well, because we'd be interested too. We just want to know if it's what you guys are into. But other than that, we'll go straight into the main event of the evening. The main reason that I think a lot of these fans were here was to see this showdown, RVD and John Cena.
but what about
No.
yeah,
Hold on a second.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Hold on.
I was hoping you guys would bring this up.
Yeah, I
They
was gonna
teased
say.
us too on the pay per view.
Can we enter?
They gave us the whole John Cena promo, and then we had
Oh yeah.
No, well, I don't.
we thought it was about to happen.
No. Yeah, that was that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Eugene situation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. They gave us the John Cena promo, and they gave us
my
let the bodies hit the floor,
gods.
and I was getting all ready to do my notes here. And
Oh,
then-
I'm sorry.
No,
'cause
it's good.
I
it's
was
good.
like, hold on.
I was waiting to see,
like,
and then Eugene's music hit, and
Yeah, we get a promo from Eugene.
why Eugene? First of all, that's my first question. I have 3 questions for you.
Okay,
guys
all
each.
right.
because we all
Think
knew he
about
was going to
this.
come out and whoop his fucking ass. So
Yeah, we'll get to that.
It's the
First, I
perfect
want to go
person.
into Eugene a little bit here, just because I know we have time on our show, and
for sure.
that's what we do. But 3 quick ones. One, why Eugene? Well, first Eugene.
Yep.
Just in general, why Eugene? And then, do you guys like Eugene? Like at the time, were you a fan of Eugene?
No,
No?
I was not a fan. Well, I was not a fan of Eugene.
I just don't think it
Did
was.
you understand the character? Because I think
I
at the
do.
time I was a fan, but I didn't understand.
I
thought at this time I think I was still kayfabed and to a point as much as you can be back then and being 11 years old or 12 years old. But
for sure.
I was to the point where I thought he was of special needs. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
this guy
Well,
was playing a
I
character
even said
full
that
on.
too. I
Yeah,
even said that
you
earlier.
thought that right even up almost to now.
And then you guys were just like, well, obviously they can't do that. So that's definitely against the law, or not even just against the law, just against everything.
Trust and everything. I don't know if you can do that, but
I can maybe speak on why Eugene.
Yeah, why Eugene? Does it lead into the reason Younger brought up? Well,
I think they needed something a very WWE type guy, you know, something like, so Eugene is almost like a comedic character. He's a very comedic character. Yeah. So it would be like if they sent out a Heath Slater of today. You know what I mean?
Kurt Hawkins
or somebody just
Santino.
Somebody very
that's a good one.
Somebody very gimmicky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Just kind of bring the show down a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, because these fans they're all against that WWE stuff. Gimmick, joke, kooky kind of stuff. And then Eugene was trying to, get the crowd feed into the crowd. Oh, I love ECW. I got a poem for you guys. And he goes into this ridiculous poem.
Yeah.
Where he shouts out, the segment was great what it led to.
Yeah, I think we should let Younger start it off. Well, not start it off, but continue it on. Who was our big guest surprise to come and spoil Eugene's little promo there, Younger?
Okay, well, I said earlier I wanted Terry Funk to be my dad. I think this is the one that I want to be my fucking dad.
Quote of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this guy is the fucking legend. We have Mr. Sandman himself.
Yeah, sleep with one eye open.
Oh my goodness gracious. Every time I see this guy now, I'm just going to picture him with that fucking kendo stick and a fucking dart in his mouth. That is fantastic.
And a beer. Don't forget the beer.
And the beer. But you guys told me about it, but what happened was that Eugene was doing his promo, and then he wanted everyone to agree with him, saying like, yeah, like I like ECW, and then everyone started yelling, yeah. And then I was like, okay, like what the hell's going on? And they showed this fucking guy, my dad, my soon-to-be dad. Yeah. Shout out to Sandman. Oh my fucking god. That was ridiculous. I didn't know his entrance was like that, coming through the crowd like that, crushing beers over his forehead.
Yeah. We'll be looking back more at him.
For sure, but you guys showed me old clips of him. And I was like, this is... and that's why I said we should get to the ECW more, because that was insane.
Yeah, I think we should look back eventually, off topic right now, but I think we should look back at ECW Originals, first pay-per-view, the first time they went live on pay-per-view.
Okay,
I don't know what the name of the show was, but I definitely want to look back.
The very first ECW pay-per-view?
Yeah.
How do you have a guy that has a character like that? But anyways, this guy comes down to the ring. Eugene he was like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm your friend, Sandman.
Hi, Sandman.
No, I'm not your friend. Yeah. I'm about to whoop your ass with this stick.
Yeah, well, I wrote it down. I put assaulting him with a kendo stick.
Oh, yeah. You should have said, yeah. Like, yeah. Literally assault.
It reminded me, I almost pictured I needed JR. He's assaulting him.
Oh, yeah.
He's beating him like a government
mule. That first shot to the head was insane.
Yeah, it was straight.
Man, me and Donovan were crying.
Oh, yeah, I was dying.
I didn't know. I just forgot that, he was just, this crazy fuck, but that entrance with him with a dart in his mouth.
It was epic. Just the visual of Sandman standing there smoking a cigarette.
Goodness. That is amazing. Yeah. That is amazing. That's the best entrance ever. Looks like he had smoke
coming out his nose and ears. Yeah. He was geared up and ready to go. I totally know what you mean. It was worth the Eugene shit.
Hey, Mom, you gotta meet Sandman, please. That has to be my new dad. God bless him.
And on top of it all, I want to speak on this a little bit. I remember we were watching that tag match, and the crowd was chanting for Sandman.
Yeah.
They wanted him to come and help.
And save
Tommy when Dreamer. Terry Funk got because of his eye. That's right.
Taken out,
so you can't have an ECW show without fucking Sandman.
That's right, yeah.
So we had to get this in there.
Yeah, I can't agree more with that. But
yeah. I have too much to say on it.
If there's anything else to say about Sandman, I'll go on to the match. Like I said,
we're gonna do our next one is gonna be Sandman only. Don't worry, guys. Your boy Young Dog over here, aka Younger, is gonna have a show on Sandman only.
The Sandman Young Dog.
Yeah, the life and times of Sandman coming soon, maybe.
Yeah.
The soon-to-be new father of Younger, Sandman.
Yeah.
But just quickly, I'll wrap it up. And I know he had Eugene on the outside, and he was getting the crowd to chant "beg," and he had him on his knees, humiliating him. Beg.
Eugene was begging,
and then he just whacks him again with the kendo stick, and he grabbed another one, which a fan gave to him.
Yeah, the fan was holding it.
So this is another very ECW thing, when Balls Mahoney, he took the beer and hit a guy in the face. This is defend, just has a fucking kendo stick.
And just
And he whacks him with two and chases him out of the building.
Well, he walked by it like he was all serious, and he seen this kendo stick, didn't even look at the guy. He just grabbed it and just kept walking and shit. I was like, oh my
and
god.
proceeds
And
to
then
assault
boom,
Eugene
boom.
with two.
All the way until they get into the curtain, actually.
Yeah.
Which was actually
And
crazy.
you
They
hear
kept
it.
going, and you
Th-
hear it
You
too.
hear that last shot as
That's
they
right.
cross, and you can't see the two of them anymore.
That's right.
And Sandman comes back out. I think has another cold one, maybe.
Yeah, he does. He
And-
does. He comes out and sees the crowd and dumps the beer over his face. He didn't hit it over his head this time.
Yeah,
and then
usual Sandman.
And says
Yeah.
goodnight to the fans. It was awesome. I
Classic.
Loved it.
Perfect little pre-main event match segment. Like, to me, take out the Balls Mahoney match. Maybe put it in the opener or in the. I don't know if it was a pre-show.
They should have done
pre-show back
Eugene
then,
versus Sandman.
or just have this segment be in between Edge and Mick Foley match. You know what I mean? Do this segment. Just have Eugene come out. Why do you have to have the other match? I guess it was to satisfy the diehard ECW fans that remember Balls and Tanaka, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and I think we should move on to the main event. And like I said, I kind of wanted to see if you guys remembered that earlier. That's why I was going in. But yeah, like I had mentioned, WWE Championship match, RVD versus John Cena. Amazing fucking promo video at the beginning. They really hyped it up really well. A major point I bring up, I think, on every show until we get to a show where the promo videos aren't quite up to par. I know there wasn't as many on this show, but they did a good job of building up this match and, you know, like I said, let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
As we said. But before I let you guys take the floor, I just had to say one thing. RVD is over as shit in this match. The whole crowd was in his corner. I don't think there was anybody in this building that was cheering for John Cena. And
Yeah, no. Not one.
Not one person.
no.
No.
You guys want to say anything before we talk about the in-ring work? I know we had T-shirts getting thrown all around the building.
When Cena's shirt, he was trying to throw it in the crowd, and then they kept throwing it back. That was amazing.
Yeah, I think
that
it
was
was 5 or
amazing.
6 times that it came back and
Yeah,
forth.
they really.
He
played
threw his
that
hat
up,
first in the crowd. That came back in. Then he threw his shirt, and that just got tossed around the whole time. That was like a non-stop thing. But other than that, no, I think it was just cool how RVD just got the chance, and Cena literally got every single boo.
Yeah,
So-
I said it. I'll bring it up now before we go into the match. I think Cena, this was almost a one-off heel turn. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, he's
but-
not representing the ECW, so, and obviously he's taking the
Yeah,
card.
but he played the card well. He came out and he shoved that title in their face and threw it in the air and said, "I'm the champ," and as he does. But the way his swagger that he had was different. I don't know what it was about it. But he looked... I have it written down, and I know you guys might not agree, but I think it's because I like Cena and I always have. But these fans were crazy, but Cena, he just looked hard as fuck. Like, he just looked nails. He looked like, I don't want to mess with that guy because he looks tough. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's the first thing you always think about when you look at Cena. I'm sure the non-Fruity Pebbles t-shirt and
Yeah.
to steal a Rock quote, but the black shirt and the camel hat had something to do with that. But
Yeah.
Donovan?
Well, no, I feel like he had to walk into this match with a more serious brawl style, which, I mean, he's well known for that too.
Yeah.
But just, I said it too, I love the entrance, how he holds the title up and just walks right through that crowd. He was
Yeah,
very,
it was-
like, stoned-faced, and
It was awesome. I thought it was great.
even his style throughout the match was just very, like, he knew he was walking into an environment where nobody was going to be on his side. Like, he had said that in the promo leading up, like, hey, you awoken the sleeping dragon. I'm coming. Like, I'm not gonna get fucking pushed over just because it's your house. I don't mind coming to your backyard and, you know, putting up the fight.
Yeah. No, it was... I don't know. It was really good. I enjoyed the way that Cena was playing off of knowing that he was the heel and he's not here to
try and impress.
to
the
put
EC.
butts in seats
Yeah.
and please little kids.
Yeah.
He was there for a reason, and he got it. I mean, I have it again written down. Fuck you, Cena was one of the chants that was prominent throughout this match.
Yeah. A lot of different chants.
The match start itself was pretty good. Again, I know I've talked about it a lot, but the lockups, they kind of did some back and forth lockups, and
Yep.
we had some toilet paper being thrown around to kind of, I guess, throw Cena off his game. But RVD always has nice moves. He did typical RVD stuff at the beginning, a lot of kicks and stuff. Any thoughts on RVD from you guys?
Yeah.
you already know how it is, baby. That's my boy.
Yeah.
I love the kicks and shit.
Kicks,
like I said,
like you mentioned earlier.
I've always liked RVD too. It's like like I said before, talking to you guys before the show. Like my first ever shirt that I ever had was from him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I've always liked him when I was a kid. But my favorite to this day is X-Pac. Like I said before, X all day.
Yeah.
But the classic, like just the whole, even going off the top ropes and landing on him, like the one he did on the outside when Cena was over, when they came back from the crowd, from a little bit from the crowd, and he was hanging over the barrier. And then he jumped off the top rope and did like a 360 spinning leg kick. Everyone RVD, then jumped off and did that spin and landed. And
that was awesome. That was very RVD.
Yeah, it was just cool how he does
ECW.
it. But his leg kicks, always liked him. You know what I mean? Like that's my shit. Like I've always liked wrestlers that can do cool stuff than just punching and picking you up and throwing you.
For sure.
Start doing
innovative and different cool stuff.
I guess so.
That's
Sorry,
why
I just
a
can't
lot
put
of
the word
people
to it, but
gravitate towards RVD. He's been very different, and I like that you brought up the T-shirt thing. Just a small little off-topic thing, but I had an RVD T-shirt as a kid, and I know Donovan had a. He went to WrestleMania 18 as a kid, and that
sign was RVD.
His sign was RVD. I know it's something you've told me in the past. So.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, definitely a cool guy and somebody we're all have a connection with.
Yeah, in a different way. Yeah.
As when we were young. But the crowd super into this match. I have so many chants written down. I don't know which ones to say and stuff. But same old shit they were chanting when he was doing his Cena moves that he, his lead up to his finisher moves. And
and I remember
going into the match more. I know you guys have lots to say. And
there was there was something he did. I don't remember what move exactly it was Cena did, but the crowd was just not having any of. Even when he did something that you knew they wanted to be like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah,
they were like, you still suck. So they just were not giving him anything.
Yeah, but he played into it. And
it was great though.
I think it was a one-off heel turn. I know it sounds dumb, but it almost like in that kind of way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I had it here again that Younger brought up the crazy corkscrew leg drop. Great point.
Yeah,
great point.
Just classic RVD.
What about that shove as well that we talked about, where RVD jumped on the barricade?
Oh yeah, the one that I thought was in the Rey Mysterio Sabu match, where he kind of jumped on the barricade and he thought he was going to do a backflip, and Cena pushed him forward into the crowd,
right into a fan too. Like I noticed that fan
right into a diehard fan.
Didn't get it easy. Yeah,
a nice. Yeah, the security ran over to him and was like, "You okay?" And rubbed on to go fuck himself. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, I don't care. And it just.
But yeah, the Rolling Thunder onto the chair. I love that.
God, yeah.
Classic RVD, like you said. Cool moves, different, innovative. He was risking it all. RVD's about that shit, and he showed it tonight.
Yeah, throwing it all on the line. We got a lot of Cena too, like playing into the hardcore. Like Tazz, like we talked about. Tazz on commentary was really, he was giving Cena his credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't just be straight, I guess, ECW all the time.
Yeah, which I definitely think that's an influence from Vince. I know that's just me being a douche, but I seriously think like Vince is making sure one of these commentators is putting Cena over, and it's not going to be Joey Styles.
Yeah.
As much as Tazz doesn't want to do it, but like you said, I'm not saying he doesn't like Cena.
He wasn't really putting him over. He was just saying like he was doing things that's keeping him surviving in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because I'm not going to go back on what I said, but you are right in it, because I know.
I
know
agree
Tazz
with you.
respects Cena. I've heard him enough on his own show that I know he respects John Cena, and but I don't know. It was Tazz being a good commentator. I trust me. If we could get more Tazz, I'd be fine with that. It was Anything else to say, guys, about that before I kind of go into more of the finish and any other points?
No, it's just cool how they're doing shit with the crowd. Classic ECW style.
Yeah, getting involved.
Yeah, getting involved with the crowd, getting into the actual crowd fighting and stuff.
And us watching some older ECW matches recently, it kind of was cool to see them doing that. Just for us,
I enjoyed
knowing what it was like, I guess.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed the Cena taunt to the crowd when they were fighting on the outside. He grabbed the title off of the table.
And
holds up the title.
That was kind of when I started to put together this whole heel thing that I've been talking about. But Cena with a nice catapult, probably one of my favorite moves in wrestling. Don't use it too much, but I think that's why I like it so much, because it's not used so much.
Yeah.
The catapult into the corner.
I forgot about this. Holy
right through the
shit.
chair. I wish I could make the sound or have the sound on a board.
Yeah.
But wow.
It looked like he broke his neck.
Yeah,
just
the
the way that he
sound,
collided
the way that
with
he
the
went
two,
into it,
and
and
the way he
turned.
looked after. Oh.
It was crazy. After that, RVD kind of getting back in the swing of things and bringing the match kind of not to a halt, but they were kind of more even. Cena was on one side, RVD was on the other side, and he slid the table into the ring, set it up in the corner. I think Cena went for like an FU outside of the ring. I don't know if the table was already set up at that point or not.
Well, before that happened, Cena almost got him too because he gave him the STFU.
Yes,
That's
what it
right?
was. It wasn't the FU out of the ring. It was they came in. They both came in the ring. RVD came in with the table, set it up, and then Cena hit him with the STFU.
That's right. He turned around and then he got him.
Got him in the STFU. I remembered the finish here, but even that kind of shocked me, and I'm going, oh man. Even though I knew it was going to happen, I still was kind of just bought in, and I'm thinking, how does he get out of this? And he managed to get out of it. And then we had Edge showing up. That we didn't know it was Edge.
Yeah.
But we had a mysterious biker-looking trench coat, motorcycle helmet type guy.
It wasn't even like a motorcycle helmet. It looked like an alien.
Yeah, it was weird, but it was cool.
Did you see that thing? What the hell was that thing?
Like, was that through the table? Edge put him through the table.
Yeah,
right?
he put him through the table. Yeah.
He spears Cena, and did RVD kind of just roll out of the STF, or did he get to the rope?
Oh no, he got to the rope.
He got to the rope first.
I couldn't remember if he got to the rope or if he managed to
angle his way. Sorry to
out.
go all over the place here.
No, it's okay.
Then at that point, Cena got into it with the ref.
Yes.
As well.
Yes. Sorry, you should have stopped.
Which was,
yes, I actually had noted that, and I forgot to bring it up. But Cena pushes the ref. No ref out there. We get the SmackDown ref coming down. I can't remember his name.
Nick Patrick, who's also known for being a crooked ref, which was a very interesting thing.
Cool.
Because the crowd was totally like,
fuck
Nick
that.
Patrick. Yeah, they knew. They knew what was going on.
What was going down.
Yeah.
They did not want Cena to win. And then we had Edge, like I said, dressed up as the biker, spearing Cena through the table. We had RVD with a wicked, awesome. I know that sounds dumb, wicked, awesome. But an amazing 5-star frog splash. Like he did the 180 turn, kind of Younger mentioned it, 90-degree 180 or whatever it was.
And it was long too. Like he was away from the actual.
You know, RVD always
from the middle of the ring, but when he
stretches it
twirled,
out.
it's like Alexa Bliss now that you see when she does that twirl when she flips in midair. He literally turned his whole body. That was crazy.
Yeah, nobody gets higher than Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam.
You know what I mean?
Pun intended.
Nobody. Yeah.
RVD baby, he's sick.
But yeah, 1, 2, 3, we get Paul Heyman running out.
Yep.
Yeah, as the ref,
right.
playing
As
the
the
ref
ref
role too.
1, 2, 3, RVD, WWE champion at ECW One Night Stand 2006. Do you guys think this was
Actually, hold on a second. You know what killed me though? When the SmackDown ref, because he was the second ref that came in, and then he got hits, and he was acting like he was knocked the fuck out. They were shaking him, and he's like all over the place.
Yeah, because Van Dam had hit the frog splash, and he was like, "Come on."
Yeah, but he was like shaking he was literally shaking him
for a little bit too.
Like going like nonstop, and he was just like floating all over the place. I'm like, God damn, he's really taking a beating right now. I was just like, God damn. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to add that. It was just funny.
Like you said, Heyman coming out, and that was pretty much it. 1, 2, 3. Like I was saying, how do you guys feel? RVD, WWE champion at an ECW event. Shocked, expected. Did you? I know, Donovan, you remember this one. Younger, it being your first time. I kind of want to get your perspective for the fans, being an outsider fan.
For sure. My perspective is that it was kind of shocking, but not really, because you guys were telling me at the time when this was going on, ECW just came back in as a brand, so you knew that they were going to start fighting other people from from Raw and SmackDown, so you knew it was going to get pushed. But I was actually shocked that he actually did win, though. I actually was shocked because at the time I wasn't really watching that stuff, but Cena's always been like every time I watched it when I was a kid too, he was always like the champion. He was the guy all the time, like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, I'm not shocked because it was an ECW event. Rob Van Dam, he's been there for time, like, you know what I mean? So, but it was cool. It was cool to see. It was, you know what I mean? It was really nice to see him running up to go like through the crowd to go to his wife or whatever and give her a kiss or whatever. That was sick. You know what I mean? And yeah, I liked it. I think that was really, really cool. It was good to get back to watching this because I didn't know how ECW came back from what they were beforehand, because I guess WWE brought them back in, and it was successful because that whole pay-per-view was insane.
Yeah,
So
it was definitely a good one to look back at.
For sure,
Totally
150%. Yeah, thanks for showing me that because that was sick.
For sure, man. That's what
sick.
we're gonna do here at the Look Back, and I think it's cool that we have perspective of me kind of being an in and out fan, you being more modern, and Donovan being kind of watching it the whole time.
Yeah,
is kind of a cool perspective, and Mike when he's here, and Jag, also from the Pro Wrestling Look Back, kind of getting all 5 different perspectives of wrestling. It's kind of cool. Your perspective on the opinion, on the main event and RVD being WWE champion.
Well, I loved it.
Close the show.
Yeah, I loved it that RVD finally got the title. But not to rain on the parade or be sour about it, but this was long fucking overdue, man. In my opinion, this was, and I've talked to you about this before.
Yeah.
Like, I think Rob Van Dam should have had the title way before this, because he's always been over as fuck with the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, going back to the
2001.
Invasion, when they first brought in the ECW, WCW guys, like, out of everybody that came, you know, Booker, like tons of guys I could name, you know what I mean? But Booker just wanted to come to mind because he was a
of course.
main event guy. But Van Dam, man, he just got the craziest reactions, like,
Oh yeah,
all
if you
the
go back
time.
and watch, which we will be,
Yeah.
watch pay-per-views from the year 2001, 2002, RVD was
Always.
hugely popular at that time and
And-
could have easily had the championship. I just think that they were doing different things at that time, and he didn't fit into the pieces of the puzzle that they were making then, if I were to put it that way. But I myself, I thought the whole pay-per-view was pretty good, and I thought this was a perfect way to end it.
Oh yeah.
Being, you know, like I said, I watched it at the time and I understood. Great point that Younger brought up about them bringing back the ECW brand. This was, you know, at that time, a new thing that they were trying, and it was cool that they were bringing it back. And doing this title change with that kind of put it all into a nice little package.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. We'll get into kind of the major points of our show. I know we like to try and do this on every look back, just our one standout moment, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 1 week from now. What's going to be your standout moment from the show? I'll let either one of you guys can take your pick on who wants to start it off. Just your standout moment from the show.
I guess I'll go first. My standout was maybe when Rey Mysterio went through that table
Yeah,
with Sabu. That was crazy.
Me and you were super into it. We were talking about it earlier.
The other one, I'm gonna say I have two. Obviously, the other
That's
one
fine.
is fucking crazy ass Terry Funk going through
You might
barbed
have
wires
3.
like crazy.
You might have 3.
Yeah.
What
Well, the
about
third
this?
one, my soon to be
Yeah.
dad, I understand, but we're not
Yeah.
going to talk about him right now.
But
my
out of those, even those, like, what do you think is going to be the one
the one that stands out for me the most is
when
going to
you're
probably
looking
be
back down the road?
it's probably going to be Funk.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Funk, man, going through all that shit at 61 years old, especially, like, during that time, 61.
For sure.
It was 11 years ago now. Like, you know what I mean? 72 years old now, I guess. 73, right?
Yeah.
Whatever age he is now, I guess. 72, 73. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Is he's still alive, right?
Yes.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's dead,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Thank
He's
God.
still
Thank
kicking.
God. Sorry
Probably
to
still
upset
doing
any
indie
wrestling
shows
fans
for all
because
we know.
everyone's
He's
probably thinking,
70 something now.
no, all the wrestling fans are probably thinking I'm a retard or something.
Yeah,
but
no.
Sorry about that. I just
Like I said,
wanted to
man,
know, 'cause
we're
he
all
is
different
crazy.
wrestling fans here, opinion based, just trying to, you know.
Yeah,
build
but
a
that's
community.
my number one moment is like when he's going through the death trap, and I call it the death trap, the barbed wire and the plywood, but just going through all that stuff and taking it to the face and cutting his eye open. Apparently, no, like that's crazy. And the bastard comes back.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's that.
For
That would
sure.
that would be my moment from watching this.
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
You, Donovan? Standout moment?
Edge.
Edge?
Yeah. Just honestly, Edge.
Edge
to me.
himself.
Yeah. The character at this time
Because
was
he's a dirty bastard. Is
He
that
was
why?
great.
Or what?
Yeah.
yeah. Edge, man. I don't.
Just not much else
I
to
want-
say
yeah,
about his
oh,
antics
God.
with
To me, I don't know. He really got me with the entrance for some reason. Just
the way he was acting?
He played off with that crowd. It was awesome.
not
Yeah.
the Beulah.
No, that's
Mc-
fucking
McGillicuddy
that
stuff
too. That's
that he
fucking
pulled.
hilarious. It was great.
was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
It's funny that you guys
McGillicuddy.
said these
that
two
poor
things.
woman.
It's crazy. I'm gonna say something different that I thought of now, but the two moments that I had picked out, hoping that you guys hadn't said them, were Terry Funk and Edge. So it's clearly standout moments.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you guys actually the two things that I had wrote down that I could use for my standout moments, you guys used. So that shows that obviously they are standout moments and
Definitely.
And they're, valid and great answers to pick. But aside from those two, I think if I had to come up with a third, it's got to be the John Cena, the way he played off this crowd.
Yeah.
To be in front of a crowd that absolutely fucking hates your guts and still play that heel role, I feel like guys like the Iron Sheik would respect him if they were to see something like this. And that sounds bad because I know John Cena, raw face, babyface, but I don't care what anyone says. This was a heel John Cena in this environment, in this setting for this one night only. I think that might stand out to me now, because it didn't stand out when I watched it back then, but now looking back, as I always say, as we do here, it's gonna stand out for me. The way he played off the crowd, the thing that Donovan mentioned mid-match where he holds the championship up and kind of rubs it in the face of the ECW fans. I know we got screwed over by Edge, which isn't a very heel thing. I guess that's more of a, getting screwed over by another heel is still him being a babyface, but that doesn't matter. To me, it's still a big point, a big standout moment from the show. And overall, I think, again, with the shows we've looked back so far, this is a really good one. Might be my favorite look back so far, not only because I watched it live back then, but it was just a different style of show, being under 2,500 people and New York City fans, and like Zach said a couple times, the real, true diehard fans.
Yeah.
Those are diehard fans.
It was a good one. I enjoyed watching it now, especially it was cool because of this week earlier we had all kind of watched that
a bit of ECW stuff, and we watched the WWE versus ECW go home show.
And me myself, I went back and I was watching Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn earlier this week too.
Yeah, so it was all very fitting, relevant, and fitting. No, that's great. Thanks for doing it with me again, guys, and I'll do our Twitter shoutouts, PWLookBack, at PWLookBack on Instagram, Twitter. Check out the website, ProWrestlingLookBack@wordpress.com. If you want to email us anything, any questions, pointers, tips, comments, anything, comment below if you're watching the YouTube video. The email is ProWrestlingLookBack@gmail.com. My own personal Twitter is at Celsa, SCELSA. I know Donovan's got his here.
Yes, Younger is dying for me to spit my Twitter at you guys. It is at New School Money, NEWSKOOLMONEY.
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
I still love it. And mine's at ZJVY93.
Yep. So definitely check us out on all those. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a retweet. That's probably the best way to stay updated with all the Pro Wrestling Look Back stuff. Before we close the show, I just wanted to do, another thing we've been doing here on the Pro Wrestling Look Back, just for our fans, listeners, anybody who's been listening along this far. You know what time it is? It's time to play the game.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. So, time to play the game is just a little game segment I came up with for the end of the show here. It's kind of a guess the pay-per-view format where I give these guys matches from a random pay-per-view that I've selected, and they can ask me 5 questions in between the matches I give them, 5 yes or no questions to help them figure out kind of what the pay-per-view is. I'll start it off quick, and you guys can work together. I think we switched it up a bit on the last show, but we're going to stick it to 5 questions. You guys together come up with a question after each match I give you to ask me yes or no, see if you can come up with the pay-per-view, and we'll see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Time to play the game, guys.
Hopefully I can do better this time. Let's go.
Alrighty. First match is Sheamus versus Cesaro for the U.S. belt.
Whoa. Okay.
Throw me for a loop.
Should we say,
you can take, if you want to ask the first one, and I'll ask the next one. It's up to you.
You guys can work together, ask the questions, or you can separate them like Donovan just said. And the one thing I will throw out...
I'm always going to start with the year.
For the U.S. title.
I'm always going to start with the year because that's why I just don't know why. I just think it's good.
Yeah.
Like I said as a suggestion before, it is always good to ask if it's like after a specific year rather than if it is a specific year, because if you ask me if it is a specific year, then all you're doing is canceling
Is it after? Okay, are you ready? Are you okay with me going in? Is it after or before 20... Oh, no, you can't answer that. Is it before 2016?
Yes. Yes, the pay-per-view takes place before 2016. The second match I'm going to give you is Miz with Mizdow versus Dolph Ziggler as IC champion with R-Truth.
Ooh.
So that time period of Miz and Mizdow was
Yeah.
like 2014, 2015, I want to say. Right?
When he was copying him.
Yeah, because it wasn't 2013, because 2013, that was before the whole... I remember that was before the whole Mizdow thing.
That's right.
So it has to be... It's either 2014 or 2015.
You want to ask that next?
That... If it was...
Totally up to you guys. So far, you know that this pay-per-view definitely was before 2016. And it had Sheamus versus Cesaro for the U.S. belt. Sheamus as champion. Miz versus Dolph with R-Truth as Intercontinental champion. Next question.
Unless you have one, I'm willing to go into the next one and take a shot at that point.
Did this take place before WrestleMania?
This took place before WrestleMania. Just to remind the listeners, the way we're classifying before and after WrestleMania in this game is if the pay-per-view took place before or after SummerSlam. That being, if it was after SummerSlam, it would be before WrestleMania. Before SummerSlam would be after WrestleMania. This pay-per-view took place after SummerSlam, so that would make it before WrestleMania.
I think all right.
The next match I'm going to give you is Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho. No championship involved.
All right. I think I know. Can I?
Rather than guessing, if you know the pay-per-view, just for the listeners' sake, maybe try and narrow it down.
No. I was going to try.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you
Go in for
qualify
this one.
with one?
I'm still thinking, but
okay.
we're still working together. It doesn't make a
You
difference.
said it was after SummerSlam, right?
It was after SummerSlam.
Did this pay-per-view take place in the month of December?
No, it did not.
Damn it. Okay.
All right. So your next match is AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella versus Paige as the Divas champion.
Paige is the champion?
Yeah. So I can give you guys what you have so far. You have
Holy shit!
Sheamus.
I think I know what it is.
You can ask your question first. Like I said, for the listener's sake, maybe ask another yes or no question so I can still give out the main event.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That's
a good idea. Okay, well, now I got to think again.
Just ask a question. If you already know the pay-per-view, you might not.
No, I'll still ask another
try
question.
and narrow it down a bit more. If you want, I can run through everything you guys have asked so far. Totally up to you.
Did this take place before or after Royal Rumble?
This took place before Royal Rumble. So I'll give you everything you guys have so far, and then I'll give you your final match, and you can ask one more question.
That means we're missing a pay-per-view in either the beginning of January. It has to be the beginning of January because he said it wasn't December.
Sometimes they play with the months.
It wasn't in December. I'll give you guys everything you have here just to kind of get you. So
let's go over. Yeah.
So you've got Sheamus versus Cesaro for the U.S. belt. Sheamus was the champion. Miz with Mizdow versus Dolph Ziggler with R-Truth. R-Truth is the Intercontinental Champion. Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho. No championship. AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella versus Paige. Paige is the champion. You know that it wasn't after 2016. You know that it took place after SummerSlam. You know that it didn't take place in December. And you know that it didn't take place after the Royal Rumble. Those are your 4 questions. Those are your 4 matches. The last match, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar as champion. WWE heavyweight champion. Or undisputed, or whatever the hell the belt was called at the time. I can't remember because they...
I know it.
WWE champion.
That was the main event.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Final question.
Okay.
I would like your final question to be guessing the pay-per-view.
Okay, well, I believe I know what pay-per-view it is.
Or would you guys prefer, because we're still developing the game here on the Pro Wrestling Look Back, would you rather get 5 questions?
But I don't know the year.
And then a 6th, well, that's part of the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's what I'm
maybe,
saying.
okay, so 5 questions, and then you can guess your pay-per-view, because then that makes it 10 total. You get 5 matches, 5 questions.
Okay.
Like I said, folks, we're developing the game as we go along here, but I think that's good for you guys as well, if you want to play along. So
young.
one more question, and then you can guess. So basically 2 questions for you guys. If you need me to run through everything again, let me know. But definitely shoot your questions at me.
Do you have one in mind? I believe that. What are you thinking right now?
I see you're thinking hard, Younger.
I'm trying to see if it did it take place?
You know it took place after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And before Rumble. So it took place in between SummerSlam and Rumble.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But they do get fuckery with the pay-per-view sometimes.
Yo, was it fucking Survivor Series?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Survivor Series, eh?
It wasn't.
Was it Vengeance?
Well, you have 2 questions. You can try and narrow it down before you guess the specific pay-per-view.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. If
you can still narrow down a year.
Was the pay-per-view Vengeance?
That's your question? Are you sure?
No.
You still have to guess the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you have guessed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Give me one more question to help you narrow down what pay-per-view it is before you guess specifically.
Can I ask one?
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't know if this will even work, but I feel like it applies to this match. Does Seth Rollins have the Money in the Bank briefcase at this time?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Your answer, because I
don't know the year. I know this is what happened last time.
My last question then.
If you don't know the year, if you know that Seth Rollins has the Money in the Bank briefcase,
I should be able to figure it out. Right?
I'm not telling you what year.
Was the year in 2015?
Well, you don't have any more questions.
I thought we had one more. You said 2 more each.
No.
Oh.
2 more one being a question,
and then one
being the actual answer. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I know. I thought we had one more too for a second.
So do you want me to run you through everything?
Yeah.
I'm good. But if you want to tell the viewers,
I think I know it.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, if you guys think you know what pay-per-view,
we just need the year. When did Seth Rollins have the?
2015.
Yeah, for sure.
It's 2015.
You're 1,000.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Right? No, he's giving me a.
I'm not giving you anything.
I remember.
What
I remember.
2015 for sure.
It was like the end of 2014 and going to 2015. I'm pretty sure.
If you know that, I know the pay-per-view for sure.
What's the pay-per-view? You think? Yo, you got to say it to him. I'm done.
You guys lock in your answer.
I'm done.
You tell me when you're
ready. 2015.
I'm done giving clues.
All right,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it could be 2014, right? That's not possible.
Well, when you got to think about when the years fall, and I'm done giving clues. So.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's just, you know what? Just go with the answer.
Just go with it?
Just go with it.
Go with the gut? Okay. 2015. For some reason, I'm not settling on that.
Okay.
But let's take a shot in the dark. Okay, so the pay-per-view is Night of Champions.
You're correct there.
And it
is Night of Champions.
It takes place in the year of 2015, we're going to say.
You locking in your answer?
Yeah, we
14.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
It's 2014. I'm saying it now. No, it is. Yeah? Night of Champions 2014. Locking in the answer.
Confirmed, but from Donovan and Younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Locked in. Ding, ding, ding. Younger.
Oh, thank God!
Younger
yes. With the save.
Thank God.
I knew. See, I wasn't sure.
That's 2 weeks in a row now that Younger has come in.
I wasn't
to save
sure.
The year.
Good job.
Good for you guys.
I almost said 2015.
It was Night of Champions 2014. Took place September 21st. It was in September. It was Nashville, Tennessee.
It was Mitchell's birthday. That's right, because me and Mitch watched that pay-per-view.
There you go.
My brother, by the way.
Your
Sorry
brother,
to say that.
And this is the rematch after Cena gets the shit suplexed out of him at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
That's right.
And it's funny that you asked about Seth Rollins. I looked into the pay-per-view. Seth Rollins.
He tries to cash.
Interferes in the main event and gets disqualified.
Yeah.
But thanks for playing along, guys. It was fun. I love doing that little game with you guys. I think it's fun. I'm happy Younger was more involved this time.
Starting to finally get it, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, whether you think you were involved or not, you kind of saved it. No offense, Donovan. The last 2 games, the first 2 shows.
That's right. I'm not good with
years, but
ever.
hey, it's a good teamwork thing, and I'm happy we did it again. But thanks anybody who's kind of listened along this far, and we'll do our final shoutouts again. I'm Nick. I'm at Salsa on Twitter, SCELSA. Check me out. I'm sitting here with
Donovan. You know how to spell it. DONOVAN one more time, and that's just for Younger because he forgets how to spell my name sometimes.
And your Twitter?
And my Twitter is at New School Money. NEWSKOOLMONEY.
Man, I'm dying right now. Anyway, so but my Twitter, is that at ZJVY93. That's just my initials and then the year I was born. Not like this guy over here that can't spell school properly. But anyways.
I feel like this is going to be an ongoing theme
cool.
at the end of the show.
Man.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Check us out on Twitter, at PWLookBack, Instagram, all that good stuff. We really enjoyed having you here. It's been a great show, and ECW 2006 shout out. I think Donovan has one more thing he's got to say.
Yeah, just stay classy, man.
Yeah, take care. Fuck. I can't breathe.